My name is Janet, and I want to be talking about attention as a cognitive process. Now, attention simply means focusing on something while ignoring other things. So we pay attention to things every day, and it's only through paying attention that we can perceive things. I talked about perception earlier, but you can't perceive something that you do not pay attention to. So I'll be explaining how attention works because they kind of work together. According to Dr. Mokoro, cognitive processes work together. So, basic characteristics of attention: selectivity, which means that attention is selective, and it can be explained with selective attention, like the concept of what selective attention is, which means that we choose what we want to pay attention to, so we can pay attention to something and ignore that thing because we have already chosen to only pay attention to it. For example, you might be watching this video and ignoring maybe noises in your house or birds at your window, something. Then divisibility, it means that we can pay attention to more than one thing at a time. For example, somebody might be listening to this, looking at my face and checking their notes at the same time. So like we're able to pay attention to more than one thing at a time. Then focused attention means to like concentrate on something. Maybe in your when you're writing your exam, you might notice that you're concentrating on one thing, so you're like focused on a specific thing like for a particular amount of time. And I think the how good you are at the task also affects your focus. Like you might be more focused on some tasks or not. Then flexibility, it means that we can shift our attention from one task to another or from one similar to another. So for example, you might be paying attention to this video and maybe a call enters your phone and you have to like shift your attention to something else. So that's like flexibility of attention. Then capacity is the amount of information that we're able to pay attention to at a particular time, like processing capacity. So basically, we get a lot of information from the environment, but we don't pay attention to everything. Like they just enter the sensory memory, and not like we even notice them. So processing capacity is like the amount of information that we can actually pay attention to from all the information that we are receiving at the time. So we have voluntary and involuntary attention. Voluntary attention is like voluntary. You mean to pay attention, so you can control it. For example, you want to listen to this video, you mean to do it. It's a voluntary process. You can control how you pay attention to it. But involuntary attention is automatic. Um, Maybe as you're paying attention to this video, you hear a loud noise from outside, and then you're like, "What's going on? Have armed robbers come to my house or something?" So that is what trying to your attention. Then distraction. Distraction is involuntary too because like it stops you from paying attention to something. So maybe as you're watching this video, something diverts your focus, just like the noise from outside, or maybe you have a thought in your mind that is distracting you, or you need to pee urgently. So those are like distractions. Then attentional capture is when the intensity of a stimuli is able to draw your attention to it. So this intensity can be the color, maybe it's very bright or it's very loud, or it's a new something. Maybe you are sitting on the road and you see this car that you have not seen before. So it might draw your attention to it. Then attention span is like how long you can pay attention to a particular thing, like how long you can focus on something. So, for example, some people can focus for only 30 seconds to read this note. Let's have keeping it short. But some other people can focus for long. So, it means that our attention span is different. Then, effort or perceptual load, that's like the intensity of the task. And it's different from perceptual capacity because capacity is like how much can pay attention to, why the load is about the task, not about you, like how hard it is. Although it's still about you because it's based on how much you have practiced it and how much you know about it. But like if you're working, it's like a normal task, so there's no much load, so you can um, the effort is not as much as maybe you are doing something difficult. I don't know, it's difficult. Maybe you're trying to um, write your assignment or something or your exam. Get distracted during exam. Alertness and arousal. It means that for you to be able to pay attention, you need to be alert or aroused. That means like you need to you need to be in a state of mind that will allow you to pay attention. No, yes. So according to what I have in my notes, increased arousal can cause increased alertness, but when arousal is too much, it can impair alertness and attention. So, yeah. Then we have the example of Roger in the library. You can use it to explain all the characteristics of attention. So maybe you can check it. So we have models of attention. We have Broadbent's filter model, Tresman's attenuation model, and load theory of attention. Yeah, load theory of attention. Broadbent's filter model was based on this dichotic listening experiment by Colin Cherry, where you listen to one thing on one ear and another thing on another ear. So like maybe two different audios, one talking about something and another thing about another thing, and you're supposed to focus on one ear. So Broadbent was like his theory was supposed to explain like the result of this dichotic listening experiment. According to him, this information from the attended from both ears goes to the sensory memory, and then they all go to the filter. However, the filter only allows the attended information to pass through to the detector. Then the detector processes this information and gives meaning to them before they can go to the memory. So for him, none of the unattended information goes to memory or is interpreted. But Trestman thought differently. For him, he believed that some of the unattended memory information goes to memory, but not with the same capacity. So for him, he believes that um, the messages go to an attenuator. So the attenuator sends the attended messages at full capacity to a dictionary unit. The dictionary unit processes the meaning of concepts. So the unattended messages to go at a weaker capacity. Um, and important information from there, I think. Yeah, important information like listener's name are activated for analysis in the dictionary units. And as I said, the dictionary unit processes for meaning and interpretation. And from there, it goes to the memory. Then the load theory of attention is basically saying it focuses on perceptual capacity and perceptual processing capacity and perceptual load. So it basically means that the intensity of a task affects our capacity to pay attention to it. So high load tasks like difficult tasks, like maybe writing an exam, they take up more capacity. So maybe if you are doing a difficult task, you cannot pay attention to any other thing. But if you are doing a low load task, you can pay attention to other things. For example, you are watching this video, um, you are checking the comment section, you are reading your notes, you are looking at my face or not. You are doing different things. You might even be listening to what people around you are saying. So because it's a low load task, but for high load task, all your processing capacity is taking. So you cannot pay attention to anything again. Um, so what next? What next? Hmm. The Stroop effect. The Stroop effect is that thing where there is this mm, okay, how do I explain it? There's a color written in words, maybe red, but the ink that is used to write the color is maybe black. So and they do the same thing for several other colors. So you're supposed to like maybe figure out the text like what is written red instead of the ink like black. So that is strobe effect and can be used to explain how tax irrelevant stimuli can still oh I don't understand what I'm saying. A situation in which tax relevant stimuli are difficult to ignore is provided by the strobe effect. Although I don't know how it's provided by the strobe effect. Oh, okay, yes. The irrelevant stimuli is like the color of the text. Text like what is relevant to you is the text itself, but because of the color, you're not able to pay attention. But uh, anyways, there are other times that task irrelevant stimuli affects your attention. For example, it might be focusing on something important like high load task, but there's this loud noise outside and you cannot and there's this high load outside and you cannot pay attention to whatever you're doing, the high load task that you're doing again. So the loud noise outside is like a task relevant stimuli, but it still affects your attention. And that is the end of attention. So I'm supposed to like give questions and um, allow questions in the comments. Well, you can still add questions in the comments, and I'll give questions to Lola later. And that is it for attention. Bye bye. Yeah. Yeah.